J. Cole had to re-record the Fall Off because of the Kendrick and Drake beef.
I don't think he's on there.
He was on there twice.
I don't think he's on there.
Yeah, he was.
I know that for a fact.
He was on the album.
He was on there twice. So I don't. You think Cole's taking 2 Kendrick verses off his album?
I want to let y'all know that this is going to get clipped and end up on Twitter. So are y'all okay with me leaving that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? That Kendrick was on
J. Cole's album?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Breaking
on the
news.
For a fact. Okay.
Yes, Kendrick was on the album. And Drake is on the album. Well, was. Which is why we didn't get the album, because now he got to do his old album over.
What's up, words? Your boy Charles Moran back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So, in this article by Alexander Cole off of hotnewhiphop.com, it appears that we've gotten word that J. Cole had to re-record the Fall Off, according to Rory and Maul, right? The dastardly Rory and Maul, right? I want to talk about this because this is interesting. I had a video planned a while back when I saw this article about how many years J. Cole has been promising the Fall Off to us hip hop heads, and it's interesting how long and where it started and where it's going, and how we still haven't gotten that. It's over almost 3,000 days since J. Cole said this one. That's a very long time, gang, because he only got 365 days in it. So when you get to 2,000 and 3,000 days of something, you're talking damn near a decade, right? So it's been an interesting journey. I just came to this revelation recently that J. Cole, when he named that album The Fall Off, he manifested his own fall off, right? I think J. Cole has been the center of a lot of controversy before the battle, before he apologized to Kendrick and everybody went sour on him, and he went and made the Port Antonio record, which made it even worse, right? Before all of that, J. Cole was already with the Kanye and Wale diss record that apparently wasn't about either of them. The entire hip hop community, we wholeheartedly believe that False Prophet was written about Wale and about Kanye West. They fit the mold way too easily, way too well. But according to J. Cole, he told Wale and Kanye that the record ain't about them. We all know that's a lie, right? What to say? The lie detector determines that is a lie. We know he wrote that about Kanye. We know Wale, he wrote it about Wale because Wale responded to it. Wale's still saying, he's still talking about it to this day, right? J. Cole has been facing backlash about when he came at all the littles, this and that, little this, little that, all the little rappers with Lil in their name, didn't try to say he wasn't dissing them, it wasn't about them. Then he had the whole thing about Lil Yachty, and he went on Lil Yachty's show, and he kind of backtracked everything. He dissed Lil Pump, said Lil Pump was going to be out of the game, correctly called it. He was 100% right. Then went up, linked up with Lil Pump, started making all these daggone concessions, and it just kind of felt like, bro, you kind of like, you wishy-washy. You kind of flip-flopping. We got our backpacks on. We trying to come down and be with you in Backpack Valley, right? No, you in and out. You up and down. You doing all these features with these guys that do not deserve your verse. You ain't get Cameron his verse. You did a verse for everybody else. There's a lot of dudes that don't deserve the verse that they get from you. So it's kind of felt like we didn't understand what was going on, right? We didn't understand what J. Cole was doing. It sounded like J. Cole was kind of picking like fights without picking fights, throwing rocks high in his hand, saying little slick shit. It felt like about K-Dot. It felt like little slick shit about Drake. And then he'll be like, oh no, Drake, the greatest rapper in the world, right? He was friends with K-Dot. And then he be on stage hugging and kissing Drake, talking about you the greatest rapper in the world. I personally, gang, and I know I don't know everything. And I know that I be out of touch with a lot of shit. But it really, really didn't to me. And I know you could curse me out in the comments, whatever. It didn't make no sense to me when J. Cole went on tour with Drake. They're not the same, even the slightest. But when as time went on, I realized, J. Cole really wants that same spot that Drake got. He wants them fans. He wants that whole thing. He really does. He really meant it when he said Drake was the best rapper in the world. He really means these things. He's not just saying them. I for years I thought he's just blowing smoke. He's just trying to be, he's just trying to keep the peace. He's just trying to, be cool with bro. But I'm like, after all of you peel back all the layers, Cole meant them things he was saying. All them compliments he gave Drake, ran up to him, hugged him. He really thought this guy was above him. He really think that this guy is better than him. He really feels like I can't make Drake-worthy records. Even Jay-Z went and told Drake to help out Cole get a hit of record on his first thing. So I never understood why J. Cole fell beneath Drake to a degree, or Kendrick, this middle child syndrome bullshit. Da. He always was begging us to like him, like on some pick me shit. End of the day, it always seemed like Cole, he knew his worth, but he didn't believe it. So let me read this article and have this conversation, because it sounds like during the midst of all that and his friendship, right, he recorded with Drake and Kendrick on the Fall Off. Now, I told you, the Fall Off, 3,000 days he been working on this. So you're talking years ago. So he had allegedly had 2 verses from Drake and 2 verses from Kendrick that was still sitting on this record, which this guy, the whole voices would have sounded different at this point, depending on how old it is. Now, maybe they was new verses, God knows, but apparently he had to delete them verses and reformulate the whole album. And after this battle, he needed to, because he probably had a lot of braggadocious shit on that album, and this, that, and the third, on the day I was born, the skies, all this crazy shit, because I believe he peaked at Johnny P's Caddy, right? I believe right there, when he did that video with my guy, Benny the Butcher, and it was like, I was like, yo, this verse of the year. I was like, this dude Cole just did the verse. There's no way to go from here. So I think he peaked at Johnny P's Caddy, and then we saw the decline. The real fall off was coming, but you got to go all the way up to come down. He was bodying every verse. He was clearly the verse king. He was clearly the collab king. It was like, to a point, don't put Cole on your shit, he gonna body you. I feel like after he did all that running and become the greatest assist rapper ever, you couldn't put him on your shit or you was gonna get 8. I believe the decline came. At the end of the day, when he named this thing The Fall Off, he manifested his own destiny of falling off. So now we're seeing it in real time. And for him to have to re-record the whole thing lets you know he's fighting to fall off. He's fighting against it, because I think that a lot of things you say come to light, and I believe that what he's doing with this calling it the fall off. I always wonder, even before this, years ago, I'm like, how you gonna call if you're still gonna be rapping, how you gonna make an album The Fall Off? Like, as if you're falling off. I never understood that title, but at the end of the day, I was thinking like, well, maybe he's gonna use a fictional artist and depict their journey throughout the album and they'll fall off. But you can't say this is gonna be my last album, I'm gonna fall. That means you're done rapping. That means you're done in every kind of way, because you're going to fall off. So according to this article on hotnewhiphop.com, Alexander Cole has dug up some info, and I want to have a conversation. J. Cole has been teasing a fall off for years, yet somehow fans have not been given any sort of indication of its release. J. Cole's last project, Might Delete Later, came at a fascinating time for hip-hop. It came out right before the beef between Drake and Kendrick reached its climax. The Like That verse had been out for a couple weeks, and Cole wanted to flex his pen. Furthermore, he dropped the diss track 7-Minute Drill, which was ultimately deleted, leading to a much maligned apology at Dreamville Fest. Like he said on stage, this is the lamest shit I ever done. In every sense of the word, he was right. You guessed it. You was right. This is the lamest shit you ever done. Will be the lamest shit you ever will do. And I know he had to go back and change a lot of words in that damn album, because it was a lot of shit talking, a lot of ho-hum. He was like, nigga, you step to me, you gonna get the Timberland boot size 9, all this crazy shit. So he had to change all that shit, right? And this is where we are. And I feel like when he did that 7-minute drill, in his mind, gang, in a twisted way, no, we didn't jack it because he was talking shit, and he was saying the bars he was kicking, they didn't make no sense. He talking about you ain't got no classes, all this shit. One shit was doing bit Jay-Z style, all that. I really think, gang, and it just really hit me recently, and I know this ain't gonna make no sense. I think J. Cole really was thinking we're just sparring. I think when he did that record, like, okay, let me spar with my brother, he thought writing that record was just going to be received as a sparring, a jab. He didn't understand that it was going to be taken so horribly by us and Kendrick and everybody else. Kendrick done told you what bridge, all them shits burned. You ain't getting no clearance for no fucking features you recorded with me, right? Remember that album they were supposed to do? It never came out. I think the problem started back then. Something happened back then. I'm just going to be honest. But let me continue. Since that time, the Drake and Kendrick beef has rocked hip-hop to its core. As for Cole, there are some who feel as though he completely botched the situation. Me, I got several videos in my repertoire about how Cole completely botched the situation, screwed it all up, messed up a good thing, goddammit. Let me continue. Some fans felt as though it was some sort of performance art to promote the underlying themes of an album called The Fall Off. Some of you guys are that's true. Some of you guys think he's doing this to really live out the fall off on purpose. Like when they did the death of a dynasty, right? When Jay-Z and Dame Dash put out this this mockumentary of the dynasty falling off. Well, guess what? The shit really fell off, right? Shit broke up. So end of the day, yeah, they played with it and it got real serious real quick. So some of these people are surmising that J. Cole this is orchestrated. I really want to fall off in real life. Then I can do this performance art piece, this music. I can drop the music. Well, you went a little too far, right? It's like these method actors who are acting at these movie sets, and they go to the craft services table in full on. They steal the character, and people are like, bro, you're mad annoying right now. Like, I think you've gone too far, Cole. Like, come out of character, gang. It ain't working. And I don't personally believe that he's doing this shit on purpose. But let me continue. There is very good reason why J. Cole has yet to drop the project. Fans have been left waiting, according to Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast. Essentially, Cole had features from both Kendrick and Drake on the album. However, following the beef, no one is really rocking with each other and it's forced Cole to re-record everything. Quote, yes, Kendrick was on the album and Drake was on the album, Maul said. Now we get exclusive detail from Maul, which is we just gonna roll with it, gang. I listen, man. I can't do nothing about the message or the messenger. I'm just telling you what was said, and I honestly believe that this was fact. You know, Maul sits in pillow talks with Drake every night with his feet in the air, laying on his stomach in his bed with goody gumdrops all on his fingertips. So I'm sure this is probably some inside information that he was made privy to, and he might wasn't supposed to say this, but he said it anyway. Let me continue. Maul said, well, which is why we didn't get the album, because now we got to do his whole album over. I'm gonna believe this. I'm going to believe that he had features from Drake and Kendrick, and I'm going to believe that he can't use neither one of them because he burnt both of them. He walked away from Drake when the battle first started. He made the mic delete later, and then he deleted the damn track and apologized to Drake's mortal enemy. So, no, you're not getting clearance for that record. Whatever them 2 records we rapped about, you might as well delete them shits now because you will never get clearance from me. And on Kendrick's side, well, guess what? You made a whole diss record talking about my catalog is trash. So, yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and prove anything. And matter of fact, nigga, them verses, I used them on some other shit. The shit's on GNX, my nigga. So yeah, you might as well delete them shits anyway. So yeah, I believe this. I believe that they was good enough friends because Cole, he plays the middle, gang. Let's just be honest. He plays the middle. He said himself, I put them both on a group text and them niggas was both heated. He said they both got mad at me because they like, nigga, don't you ever, right? So I believe that he plays the middle enough to get these guys comfortable. And I think, and just, it is what it is. It's manipulation, whether you're trying to or not. But I believe that Cole can manipulate these guys to give them verses, right? They're thinking that, oh, he's cool, he's cold, da-da-da. He ride his bike, he's chill, he's a good guy. Let me go ahead and give him this verse. So I 100% believe that there's verses by both of these guys that he no longer can use. I'm going to keep it a buck. Let me continue. As for when J. Cole would finally drop the fall off, at this point, we simply don't know. Cole has gone ghost on social media and doesn't seem eager to return anytime soon. It feels as though the artist is letting some of his contemporaries get their releases out of the way. A$AP Rocky is dropping Don't Be Dumb on January 16th, while Drake is going to be releasing Iceman in the new year. Once those projects are out of the way, perhaps it would give Cole some runway to come through and drop the fall off. Whatever the case may be, fans are still hungry for new Cole music, and there is hope that he would drop something sooner rather than later. Yes, I just did a video probably about 4 or 5 videos ago that J. Cole is doing nothing, and that's a good thing. That's good. Stay quiet. Don't be like Drake clicking like and clicking and doing all this goofy shit. You posting all these damn memes, this, that, and the third. That's what make people start to look at you sideways. Drake just put a picture up with him in some kind of furry raccoon hat holding a gun, doing what they call that, duck lips. I'm like, why are you doing this, gang? You're ruining whatever legacy you got left. Don't be like this guy. So J. Cole ain't taking no selfies. He ain't doing no videos with 50 guns on the ground. He ain't dancing in no freezer by himself, talking about it's the Iceman. He not doing no goofy shit, which is good. I'm gonna need another 12 months of silence, maybe 18, before I even consider what's going on with J. Cole musically. It's going to be a tough sell. I'm trying to figure out what he could actually talk about that make somebody like myself really want to say, you know what, that shit was nice. Like, da-da-da. It's a tough sell, gang, because I really stand on certain shit. And a lot of people, they say, Charles, you got to separate musically. And I can separate to a degree. But you don't get 7, 8, 9 faulty character flaws in a row over and over the years, and I'm still like, but his music good, right? So it's like I can't do it, gang. It's like me with Wale. It's like me with Drake. It's like me with certain people. Once I see 10, 11, 12, just silly things. You're clapping back on Twitter. You're always angry. You're always the victim. After a while, I can't rock with it, and that's where I'm at with J. Cole. He hasn't been as egregious as Drake. Let's just be honest. He hasn't been as egregious as Wale, because these guys will openly say shit and just do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff with Cole, it'd be like, oh man, my bad. Oh shucks, I didn't mean it like that. So it's like it's kind of annoying. But at the end of the day, we'll see where it goes, right? But I feel like with me, it's going to take, the album it's going to have to be almost a perfect product, gang. I mean, even from the rollout, even from the cover, even from the first song, it got to all make sense for me to even put it on. I'm just going to be honest, man. Listen, I got a 25 best albums of 2025 coming. Tap in for that, man. It's gonna be interesting. You're gonna feel, it's gonna be some surprise albums on there. That video's coming up in the next day or two. All right. Listen, I'm gonna head out of town, but I'm still gonna do videos and stay focused with you. So tap in, man. I'm out of here, man. Listen, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental US. Also, every Wednesday night we go live. BTJ and Fliz on The What Show. It's 9:15 on all my 8 social media platforms. Tap in. And we got a new song called The What. It's called This That off The What Project. It's a banger and some hip hop. Tap in, the videos on my page. Right down, scroll back a few weeks. Listen, man, get in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. Share the video. Share the show, man. I'm out of here, man. Listen, I already got the Patreon pages up. I know a lot of you ain't heard me talk about it in a long time, but it's up, right? It's up. I haven't put nothing on there because I'm not tapping into that till after 2025 is over. 2025 is an awful year, okay? So I'm just trying to move with some new energy, all right? I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe and put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.